So everybody, Harry Potter is back in the news one more time. This series is coming out in 2027, we officially found out. It was supposed to be 2026, they pushed to 2027. And there's a lot of rumors and news happening with the casting. We know that J.K. Rowling is still attached to it. That was something that came out this week. Or maybe it was early last week, we talked about it on the show. She'll be very much involved with this. But there's a lot of rumors. One is, of course, with Voldemort himself. And people are asking for Cillian Murphy right now to be Voldemort. And even Ray Fiennes weighed in on this. Ray Fiennes was like, honestly, Cillian Murphy is a fantastic actor. That's a wonderful suggestion. I would be all in favor of him taking over. But I would say this. Why not fucking Ray Fiennes at this point? It's makeup, it's hair and makeup. You sent him through it for a long time. Just put him back in. He's a great Voldemort. Keep him going forward. And on top of that, too, we have, of course, the main casting of Harry Potter and Hermione. And on top of that, Ron, they were auditioning so many people. 32,000 kids, everybody. 32,000 kids came into audition for these main cast members. Wow. And on top of that, now they're going through 500 to 1,000 audition tapes per day for this. We're doing 7 seasons of this show, guys. 7 seasons. One season is based off every book. They might do 8. They're going back and forth about that, but 7 at least. And on top of that, too, that's a lot of kids to look at. They're very excited. They want brand new, fresh faces for this. The Dumbledore thing is what... All from England, yeah, right, GR? I mean, we don't know that for sure. But on top of that, too, we got... Said. But I mean, they could. That's all from England, really? That's not all from England.
It is. That's what they said was one of the requirements.
I still don't believe them. Though. Like, how are you gonna limiit yourself? You know. The biggest thing that makes me mad, though, is on top of that is the Dumbledore casting, because they're saying Mark Strong or Mark Rylance, and again, you had Gary Oldman come forward to say that he would be Dumbledore. And that makes more sense to me. Put Gary in there, guys. Gary Oldman's a fantastic actor. He's been in the franchise before. It's a nice little tie-in. I know he played before Sirius Black, but throw him in instead. But he's not even in the runnings at all, apparently. Mark Strong does too much shit. You throw him in these movies to replace people, to take care of people. I like Mark Strong, but put somebody else a chance, you know? And Gary Oldman's a talent. But, I digress. Also, on top of that, Severus Snape, they have a new person coming in, Papa Aceto. Apparently, he's been out there. People are saying that he might be the person offered a contract. We're going to have to wait and find out. This is a lot of big news coming in. We're going to be hearing more and more about this Harry Potter franchise as they keep deciding what's going to happen. They're circling around these characters, trying to find out. But a cool thing actually is, too, if you guys saw, one of my favorite movies this last year was Poor Things. What a great movie. And Holly Waddington was the actual costume designer for that. They've cast her, or I guess they've hired her, to take care of the costume design for this. And I'm all about that because the costume design was fantastic in that movie. So we'll see. What we got to say? Do you think this is going to make any sense? Is this good? Are we happy about Harry Potter moving forward at all? Or he gives 0 fucks about that? That's my question to my panel today, right now. Ron, what do you think? Are you happy about this? Are you excited about this?
0
fucks. Ron wants nothing to do with this. Is there anything about this that makes you excited, Ron?
No, I saw the original movie way back in last century at the Chinese theater, and yeah, no.
Nothing at all, huh? Nothing at all, Ron? Yeah, what do you think about the whole, because we both know, like, we know people, or we've met Gary Oldman. Do you think that he's mad that he is not being considered for Dumbledore after he threw it out there?
He's probably doing 9 more movies anyways. I doubt that he's mad.
He's doing so much. He's working all the time. Yeah. He's got, again, that show on Apple TV Plus that's doing pretty fantastic. Mm-hmm. And he's working constantly, and it's like, all right, Gary. But what do you think about, you know Mark Strong that well? Because Mark Strong's done a lot of stuff.
I know the name. I'm sure I do.
Yeah. But he's kind of like taken over a lot of these villain roles a lot of times. So him in there is weird to me, I think. I'm like, Mark Strong?
Gary would be a bit refreshing, even though he's been there. But it would be nice to see him. And you're going to get something great if you were to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think so, too. What about Ray Fiennes? Think that he should come back, or you think that Cillian Murphy be good?
Oh, Cillian Murphy for everything like that. Absolutely. He is so good.
He's been dominating these days too, Ron. Yeah. And he's great. He's a great person too. I worked with him on a bunch of different movies, Inception. Okay. Yeah. And he was in Dark Knight Rises, and he was like really, really cool. Really cool. So
he's very intense. Very intense.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's like a lot of those actors that fit into that Nolan verse.
Yeah.
They're very focused, very serious about their craft, and they always kick ass. So yeah. So Ron's like Harry Potter. Leave it alone, huh, Ron?
Mm.
How about the JK thing for you? Is that interesting to you? Because JK has all the controversy of course, happening with her career. And WB put that whole thing forward, being like, we're still working with her. She knows the lore. She knows the franchise. We're going to ignore her political views, her life. And she wrote it. Do you think that's that she's still involved?
Yeah, I do, actually. I do. I love her story, where she came from and where she is now. I admire that. And I just...
She lived in a car, She lived in a car. She lived in a car for a long time.
Yeah, now, now she owns the dealership.
Now she owns all of it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Which is also probably, it's a great coming of age, great growing experience for somebody too. I know Jordan gives zero fucks. I think Jordan's telling me zero fucks about this too. Jordan, Harry Potter, man.
How do you know this already?
Because you're leaning back like that, motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
That's what I do when we talk about DC.
But Jordan, come on. There's a lot of big casting here. Should we just keep Ray Fiennes? Ray Fiennes is awesome. He's the man, right? Why are we going to recast that part?
Love Ray Fiennes. Keep him. I don't give a fuck. Let me tell you, dude, I went to one Harry Potter movie way back in the day with my ex-girlfriend who was obsessed with Harry Potter, read all the books. I said, it's not for me. Okay, maybe it's for some people. It's just not for me. I never got into Harry Potter, never liked it. Don't give two fucks.
How about Cillian Murphy? Should he be involved, though, you think?
I love Cillian Murphy. Put him in there. I don't care. Maybe I'll watch it. But
put the butts in the seats, man. How about on top of that? How about Gary Oldman? Put butt in the seats at all?
I love Gary Oldman. Put the butts in the seats. Don't give a fuck.
Jordan gives no one cares. No one cares. Jordan's like, no. But here we go. We got Cillian Murphy again. Some of this casting I think is interesting. It's intriguing. You're doing a lot of series, and I think they throw Mark Strong in there a lot of times because he does a lot of TV. But I'm like, come on.
Strong does everything.
He has everything. Babbitt, do you care at least a little bit of this spot or no, Babbitt? Are you like, no, I don't care about Harry Potter too, like everybody else here?
Fuck this topic.
I don't care enough. It's just like I saw them when they came out. I read the books, but I don't care. It's not something I think about.
You read the books? Wow.
Yeah.
I read the books.
You read the book, wow.
Yeah. I was like a kid when they came out, so I read them. But I just don't care. It's just their books, and it's just IP, and it's just the studios making product. I love original concepts. I think the studios are doing too much IP work, and they need to come up with some new stuff. That's my.
We do need, as we say on here, Babby. Even been here a lot, but we always say we want some fresh IP-ness. We want that. We want that all the time. And right now we got that stale IP-ness, and it sucks. We want that fresh, new, shiny new car smell IP-ness, and this is an old one. This is an old one.
It's like Star Wars. I love the Star Wars. It's cool, but you can expect a new Star Wars series every year or two. Skeleton Crew. I don't have Disney Plus, but I'll probably watch it. That should be interesting.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good.
Skeleton Crew.
It's so good. I watched the first 2 episodes. It just came out this week. It's so good.
So that's some fresh IP-ness.
Yes, it is. Certified.
I'm gonna check that out now.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's like I don't get excited about old stuff. I want new stuff.
We talk about that all the time on this show too, Babbitt. It's like we keep going to stuff that like has made money in the past, and we're like, oh, we can do it again. Which I get from every studio standpoint because again, you think we have this built-in audience, and so we can make money. Hence why we have all the reboots in this town all the time. We did Top Gun. That worked really well, and it can happen. They're doing Days of Thunder again. There's things they're trying to throw to make it work.
Yeah, like the new Spider-Man Noir is going to be awesome. We'll say that.
Yeah,
much.
I think so too. I think so 100%.
But that would be cool. But that's a different take. That's like taking something from the Spider-Verse and being like, hey, we're going to make it. So that's going to be cool. That's going to be
different universe, different kind of theme.
Yeah, but I just think it's kind of like, it's just everything right now in culture and television and movies is just kind of a little bit boring, in my opinion. You know, I'd like some like cool shit to come out, some like futuristic cool shit to come out that's new. You know,
Dude, I want more sci-fi too. I always want more sci-fi.
yeah. Well, hopefully, the movie that I'm in will.
I was gonna say,
yeah. Hopefully, Tim Travers and the Time Traveler's Paradox is going to have the theatrical release. Maybe in March. I'll have to talk to Stimson about that. But that's like a fresh indie movie. That's a fresh indie movie, and that's the lead in it. I hope he's going to become a huge star. But
So
yeah, I want just
tickets.
like what's that?
We're waiting for tickets.
Yeah, like hopefully it comes out. But like it's one of those things where it's like the independent film scene doesn't really exist, especially in LA. There haven't been tons of independent films since COVID. The 90s had the best independent films, in my opinion.
Yes.
You know,
they're so good.
Yeah.
you need these new artists to come out and like be able to do things on a $2 million budget, because if you're doing the big $100 million projects, they're going to do some old IP that they know will put, you know what I mean, butts in the seat.
Put the butts in the seat.
We need more like $20 million movies coming
Yes.
out of Hollywood. That would be cool.
$200 million movies now.
I'm excited you made that segue right there because I was waiting for that moment. The Tim Travers, everybody. I saw this and it was fantastic at that premiere we had. You had over there in Hollywood, the theater, the Grauman Theater. It was so cool. Everybody, and if you gotta check it out, because honestly, I put the links in there too. Babbitt was a big part of that. Our friend Stimson was a part of it. And it's stuff like that sci-fi element. Can you tell the audience about that a little bit? Because I was waiting, I knew it was gonna happen. I was like, I want to wait till the end of the show. So tell us about it a little bit.
Okay, so my good friend and old roommate Stimson Sneed, we shot a movie in Spokane, Washington, in December of 2022. It was based on a short film that he wrote and shot the previous year. It won Best Film or Best Comedy at CineQuest. It's Sam Dunning, who's an amazing actor, won tons of Best Actor awards all over in the independent scene. FilmQuest did really well. We were up at the Seattle International Film Festival. What won that one? That was the one about the old lady who basically goes on like a vigilante spree. She won the Seattle International Film Festival, but we were pretty close. And it's like this edgy kind of comedic sci-fi movie about a time traveler who goes back in time 5 minutes to basically see if he can create the grandfather's paradox, which is you can't go back in time and see yourself. And he does that, and that's just the premise of the film, but it goes insane after that. And we have wonderful actors in it, like Sam Dunning's in it, Felicia Day's in it, Danny Trejo's in it, a bunch of other people too. So yeah, hopefully we're still working on the deals for the release, but hopefully it'll be in theaters in March.
Yeah, dude. I really hope that happens too, because like I remember we watched, I'm like, man, this cast is stacked. I was happy for you. I was happy for Stimson. I mean, honestly, Stimson's been working for this for a long time and working on this, and you guys were able to correlate together to make this happen. On top of that, and it's just a fun movie, and it's different. It's great sci-fi, and you know we keep throwing like these old things like Harry Potter and over again, and it's like I get it, but I was also like, don't we have fresh perspectives out there too? I mean, Joel McHale too was great in it as well. I love what he does too.
Great. No, and he was wonderful, and we were so happy to get him in it. But it's you have like Harry Potter. You can't really talk about like human issues. I mean, issues
Muggles.
Just like people find themselves dealing with in everyday, like finding love, like dealing with themselves, forgiving themselves, all these things. And these big budget things, it's all about saving the world and stuff like that. It's not about like saving yourself and bettering yourself and discovering yourself. That's what independent films kind of are. They really put a magnascope on individual people and do a character study of them. So that's what Tim Travers does. And You get more time to spend with the character, get to learn to love the character or hate the character, and form a bond with the character instead of just like, oh, I'm doing this. We're getting from point A to point B. That's why I want more independent cinema, and I wish they shot more of it,
And put money into that. Like, give people like the money for those finances to make that happen too. Because you can do it for like $5 million.
Yeah.
Guys, you made an inside joke, and Quai wants to know what is muggles?
Muggles are what humans are in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Non-magical people.
That's how little of a shit GR gives about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Dude, I give a shit. I do
That's
that.
true. That's
Ron.
If Ron's got a 0, I got a 0.
Yeah. Well,
But,
GR, you're not watching.
Going back to like the independent budget thing. So there's a great movie that was made last year that won all the film circuits, Hundreds of Beavers, right? So that's finally getting some recognition. But the problem is people aren't buying independent films. So when people don't buy independent films, that means people stop making independent films. Because if you go and make an independent film and you go bankrupt trying to make it your vision, then no one's going to do it, and there's going to be no motivation. So it would be a lot better if like the studios at least devoted like $60 million out of their budget to buy as many independent films as they could and just roll the dice with them in theaters and see if they make money, instead of just like putting their entire like film budget on like 5 films.
Ron, how do you feel about that, Ron?
Well, my opinion on that is, it's happening right like that now, but there's starting to be a huge backlash for that, and the audience is speaking because they're not showing up, they're not ordering these big films except for last weekend. But there's this producer that I follow on Instagram, and he talks about what's happening with Hollywood, and everything's based on an algorithm now because it's all tech, and so what they're getting is they're getting an algorithm that's showing that what people want is, or what makes money is these big films. But that's not what people want. And studios are starting to look at smaller independent films, one, for the cost, and two, for the cost.
Yeah, look what happened with A24 too. They've been doing more independent.
Yes.
That's still bigger. Yeah,
hey, Brian,
they're great.
Is there any way you could play the trailer? I guess Logan 5 asked for it.
Yeah, we can make it happen before the show is done. I can make it happen. I can pull it up. It's going to take me a second, but I can make it happen.
Okay.
I have some magic fingers here once in a while. Hey, GR. But before we talk about that, because of course we'll get back to that, Babbitt, because it's going to take me a second. But GR, again, tell us about your Harry Potter experience, and do you care about this at all?
Harry what? Harry what?
Harry who?
Harry nuts.
It's been a while since it was Harry, but it wasn't my thing. I mean, J.K. Rowling's had a tough life, yes, but she turned into a raving lunatic bitch. And the product she turned out is quality, but she's not. And so I like Ron said, the big 0 to whatever's coming up.
You don't even want to try, huh, GR? There's nothing for it at all that's going to make you be like, I want to watch this new show.
As I said so many times, Dilligaff.
GR, Dillagaff. I would say this casting, though, is interesting, and I'm intrigued to see what they do moving forward with the Harry Potter, as always, because there's a big fan base. But it's that big issue we were just saying. It's like big pharma a lot of ways. It's like this big thing that everyone wants, like, that's making so much money, but it's also like probably not the best for the business. You know what I mean? Right. And this is not the best for show business.
The stars that the originals were.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. Will they?
Probably.
Will these kids become as big as the original stars? Like, by being
TV, it's TV, no.
Yeah, but it's Max, and Max is supposed to be, like, again, home box office. It's like a bigger kind of brand. It's a bigger style, so you would think that maybe,
It's a repeat, Ryan. They're never gonna measure up.
8 seasons.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to go through.
Canceled after 3.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you this. So I'm intrigued to see where it goes. I do like Harry Potter. I know there's a lot of backlash for it, but I'm still interested to see what happens with it moving forward. And maybe it'll work out and maybe it won't.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.
Cruise control show. Cruise control.